Welcome to UniqEduStory. We welcome here Dr. Alka Chadha. She has been teaching in the medical college for 30 years. Volunteers in the Bharat, Vikas, Parishad and Vivekananda Kendra. She did the yoga teachers training in 1999. Since then, she is teaching yoga, pranayama and meditation. NLP practitioner with advanced counseling. She has a vision to make this world the happiest place. Ma'am has recognized over her long career as a practicing doctor that the happy people are the healthiest people. Wow. The Senior Citizens Club called Shukriya Zindagi, founded by Dr. Alka Chadha, brings a lot of happiness. These seniors are a powerhouse of love and energy, she says. Shukriya Zindagi is the core value of her life. Shukriya means gratitude, which is her mom, and Zindagi part is her dad, from whom she has learnt all about life. Amazing. Dr. Alka Chadha is striving hard to make the world much happier every day, showing tools and techniques to be happy. Hope and Care Center has been created with the sole purpose of helping the patients with prevention of lifestyle diseases and managing them. She strongly advocates being happy, eating right, and exercising the correct way leads to a holistic and blissful life, both physical and mental. Joy, health, fitness, and yoga are possibly the greatest gifts you can give to yourself, says Dr. Alka Chadha. And she is ready to help you with them. She delivers the best to her clients and customers with all selflessness and joy. Of course, ma'am, we can see that. You are such a selfless person. Actually, her beautiful smile tells us all about her. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome to UniqEduStory platform, where we interview experts. This question would be, what do you suggest is parenting? And what could be the core principles of parenting?
It's a very lovely question, and I really love this question because it contains nothing except love and love and love only. So I think parents are like gardeners, and a gardener, what he does is कि वो अपना जो garden को, he puts the manure, he puts the fertilizer, it gives the water, the sunshine, and whatever is needed for the flower to sparkle and to bloom. So like that, we are like parents, we have to give that environment to our child, that he grows beautifully, he blooms beautifully, and he blossoms into a beautiful flower. I feel that better than that I cannot say anything. In my childhood, there was never a hustle what I want to become. Even my other sisters, my father never bothered, my mother never bothered. आपको क्या बनना है? आपको जो बनना है ठीक है. So, but we were given that beautiful environment. So I think as parents, we have to also realize that our kids need a lot of love. A newborn baby starts with a dose of love, and they say that till it dies, it never gets that love enough. It's always less only for the child. The child never grows out of love. मेरा तो बस यही कहना है कि बच्चों को बहुत सारा प्रेम दीजिए, बहुत सपोर्ट, बहुत encouragement, and even when they become teenagers, they need a lot of understanding and more love they need at that time. So they have to be given inclusivity and a lot of embracement with love. मेरा तो यही कहना है.
So even when we are older, then still we need love.
Yeah.
So the only thing is that we need love, love, love. That is all we need in life. Absolutely beautiful.
And if we actually start thinking about this ना, बहुत सिंपल सा आंसर मैं बताऊंगी आपको कि हमारे पेरेंट्स हमारे साथ में बैठते थे शाम को और बातें करते थे. All we were doing was talking. So I think just communicating, just chit-chatting with parents, keeping the communications open and listening. I cannot emphasize the power of listening more than any other thing for parenting. अगर हम लोग बच्चों से बातें करते रहे, सुनते रहे, उनकी कहानियां सुनते रहे, they will never go away from us. But if we cut them short, and if we are watching, if a small child is going to the father and the father is sitting with the laptop and he says, "बाद में आना," that child is injured, that child is wounded. उसको उसी टाइम पे पापा का प्यार चाहिए. बाद में आने से क्या फायदा है? बाद में बच्चा सोच जाएगा, बच्चा थका हुआ होगा, anything. So I think we have to have the power of listening, most important, and बाकी सारे powers बाद में आएंगे. Support, encouragement, वो सब तो है ही है.
So love, communication and listening. These
Yes.
are the three prime factors in parenting our children. Okay. This is conscious
I'll
practice.
tell you one thing, that all this will lead to trust. We have to trust our children. If we keep on, हमारे टाइम में तो फोन होता नहीं था, and we didn't have this mobile phones and all, but nowadays I find I have my patients coming in telling me, parents are just asking them, where are you, where are you, where are you, where are you? No, they will never tell the truth where they are. Now some parents are trying to find out location kahan pe hai. So I feel if we don't trust our children, then they will never give us their trust. They will never trust us also. तो जब हम उनको प्यार करते हैं तो उनको खुला छोड़ देना है, उनको फ्री देना है, उनको see we are giving them a good upbringing. We are good parents, so we are giving them a good upbringing. If I'll tell you one thing, that if I look after my parents, they see the respect. So the second thing is respect also. You respect your children also. When we respect our parents, we respect our children. Our children will learn to respect. All the qualities that we want in our children, we have to practice it ourselves first. So trust is a very important factor. The sound नहीं आ रहा आपका.
We can summarize that love, what was that? Communication, listening, and trust. These are the four main factors in a conscious parenting.
Yeah.
Beautiful, ma'am. Beautiful insight. Then that goes accordingly. Then you could also say that these are the factors required for inculcating good habits in our kids too. So can you give some tips about how to do so?
Absolutely. If I'm getting up late in the morning, I can't expect my child to get up early. If I'm sleeping late, I'm watching Netflix at night, and then I'm telling my child, so jao, school subah jana hai, or I'm watching a movie and I tell them, don't watch movie, don't watch TV. That's not going to happen. It can't happen. So we are the role models, and our children are our copycats. They are the Xeroxes of us. They're just watching us wherever they are. They're watching us. We are on the stage. Let's remind ourselves that we are performers, and they're just watching us. प्रवचन की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. और अगर हम incongruent हुए, अगर हमने कुछ गलत किया और हमने झूठ बोला. I remember once I was giving dinner at home, and there was a knock on the door, and when we opened the door, there was this contractor. He had come to ask for some money. So my son opened the door and I said कि उनको बोलो कि मम्मी घर में नहीं है. I told like that. So my son said, मैं नहीं बोलूंगा. I will not tell like that. So then I went to the door and then I told that guy that, okay, I'm busy now. I'm in the kitchen right now. You come back a later time. So then my son had a fight with me. And he was very small. He was in 5th or 6th standard. He said, Mama, आप अगर busy हो तो उसको बोलो कि आप busy हो. आप झूठ क्यों बोल रहे हो? So if we are telling lies, we cannot tell our children to tell the truth. Not possible. We have to be truthful and tell the truth every time because they are watching us. They are watching us. अगर हमने थोड़ा भी झूठ बोला ना, मेरी sister का बेटा है, वो दूसरे कमरे में बैठा था, and my sister was telling some story about him to us, and from the other room he was telling, Mom, don't exaggerate. So the point is that we don't tell the truth, then how can they learn to tell the truth? So whatever habit we want the child should be truthful, we want them to get up early, sleep early, eat right. If we're not eating right, if we're ordering food from outside, we are ordering junk, then what is the child going to do? He's developing the taste. And I'll tell you one thing, the biggest mistake that we are doing is that when we are giving them the taste of that bahar ka khana, the taste buds in the brain, through the brain, the connection with the brain is with the taste bud. They develop like that. So when they grow older, they want that kind of food only. So my friend was telling me that she does not allow her children who are smaller to eat from out. If they have to eat from out, she will go with them once a month only. She will allow them to eat from out. No pocket money is given to the children to eat from out. उससे ये फायदा होता है कि they are forced to eat at home and they don't get addicted to the outside taste, because outside taste is made of all the kinds of oil and masalas and chilies, and that is what is spoiling the taste of our children. So whatever habit we want in our child, first let us practice it, and then they will copy it from us. They will catch it from us.
Absolutely true. And it is so beautiful that whatever we want our child to do, we should do it. And this is one amazing tip, that we must be their role models.
Yes.
So, ma'am, you actually just told me that even if you are in proximity to anger around kids or something, it has a very high impact on those kids. So could you just expand on this?
Yes, definitely. So today the neuroscience study, the research shows a lot of things are happening, and we have neurons in us. They're called mirror neurons. When you're talking about love, the love neurons are getting, stimulated. So I'm getting loving feelings. When you're talking about peace, same thing happens. When we talk about violence, we talk about jealousy, we talk about envy, we talk about conflict. All those things are those things are coming into my mind. So it has been shown that a child, even at 8 to 9 months of age, if we are showing our anger in front of the child, may not be to the child, maybe to each other. Any type of anger, any type of negative, the emotion, when it is expressed in front of the child picks those things up. So we have to be very careful how we are expressing ourselves in front of our children. And mothers, especially the mothers. I remember when I was also having 2 small children and my husband was not here. At that time, I was very stressed. So all that stress, even if you don't show it to your child, it gets automatically passed to the child. This is neuroscience. So I'm saying that time I didn't know the reason why my children were falling ill again and again. Today I know the reason. So I would just tell all the parents, whatever the age of your child, whatever your own frustrations, sort them out. Become a happier, balanced person, and then reach out to your child. The child will always be happy.
Oh, so we really need to work on ourselves.
Yes.
Right from the very beginning. I mean, we need to before becoming a parent, and even during that, we need to actually keep working on ourselves. This is really required. Yeah, thank you so much. Then how do we deal with kids who are aggressive or disobedient, or maybe throwing a lot of tantrums?
So I was on the airport one day, and there was a child, maybe 3 years of age, and he was lying down on the ground and he was kicking his feet, and the father was trying to, pacify the child. The mother was very nice. The mother just walked out and she was telling her husband, leave him alone. So then I was also watching the fun. So if the child is playing a tantrum, let's say for an example, for an ice cream, okay, and we give that ice cream to that child. So now that particular circuit is formed inside his mind कि जब मैं tantrum करूँगा मुझे ये ice cream मिलेगा. Next time he will do the same thing. On the contrary, when he's asking for ice cream, and supposing it is lunchtime or whatever it is, we sit down with the child, we kneel down with the child, come to the level of the child, and we talk to the child. This is not good for you, beta. Ice cream is not the time now. I will give you ice cream definitely afterwards. Let us have lunch now. Let us have this now. And this is after that, I will give you the ice cream. We have to try to make the child understand, because he understands. He has mirror neurons. आप जैसा उसको बोलोगे वैसा समझेगा. But if we cater to the tantrums, then the habit will be formed, and every time he wants something, he's going to play tantrums. Aggression, I've already told you, if we are aggressive, sometimes we have our own frustrations. Office में कुछ बोल दिया हमारे boss ने, हमारे कुछ और हमारे staff नहीं आई. I remember going to work in the morning and the staff has not come. खाना बनाना है, डब्बा पैक करना है. So many things happening in the house. We get frustrated, but we have to learn to relax. We have to learn to pacify our own selves. If we are showing our frustration in front of the child, and today I tell you, the children are telling us, Mom, just take a chill pill.
Absolutely, yes.
And all the kids, they tell Mom.
All the kids are teaching us.
Yeah, so
Absolutely true.
even I remember when as a child, my children used to tell, Mom, if you don't want a dabba, it's okay. So they used to get a chance to eat out, So I used to say, no, 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 I'm going to make the dabba and I'm going to give you. So what I'm trying to say is that we have frustrations. Things are bad in life. It's all right. Things happen. But we have to pacify ourselves, cool down, be resilient, and then go with the child to the child with a loving heart. That's what I want to say.
Beautiful. The addition of smart devices has actually, created a lot of problems too. Like, of course, technology is good, but then we are facing, as parents, we are facing a lot of problems too. Could you give some tip where we can actually deal with this situation?
Yeah, so the smart devices, before the lockdown was not so common. It was, but not that. But today it has become very common because during the lockdown, we have given the smartphone device to the child because he needed to have it, because he needed to study from that. But now, let me tell you one thing. I've been to the schools, I've talked to the principals, I've talked to the teachers. They do not need the smartphone. Problem क्या है कि they have got into a habit of the smartphone. So again, we have to, as parents, we have to take it away from them lovingly. We make a 500 rupees stamp paper, make them write down which programs they want to watch, what they want to see, and that is all that they will see. There has to be an agreement between the child and the mother and the father. Okay, this is what I'm going to see. The younger children, I saw that we are giving the smartphone to the child. Khana kha le chal. I've
हाँ,
seen
छोटे-छोटे
mothers
बच्चे,
giving the
मतलब
phone to the
right from
child.
the age
Yeah,
of
they're
3 months.
they're distracting the child, ये phone ले लो, they'll give the iPhone or they will give the iPad. चलो चलो आप खाना खा लो, or the mother is very busy doing something, so she'll give the phone to the child. So I'm seeing that we are only creating this whole area where we can help our child. We have to be able to communicate with the child. If you're doing something else, there should be some else activity given to the child at that particular moment of time. If it's a smaller child, you can give a game, you can do something. You have to be innovative to create those games. If it's a bigger child, you can give them a book, you can read a book. And if you are busy, he has to be busy doing something else. This habit has to be done over a period of time. A smartphone is not an idea to give. So I had taken a lecture for the one school had invited me to talk about de-addiction of the net. And I insisted that we need the parents also. This was before the lockdown. And I remember when the parents came, they were flabbergasted. They said, "Kaise karenge? हम क्या कर सकते हैं? What can we do?" Then we gave them these ideas. You have to restrict the time. And a small child, from the age when he's born up to the age of 3 years, his brain size becomes double. This has been proved by neuroscience. That is the time आप देखेंगे यहाँ पे जो है ना हल्का हल्का होता है, and धीरे 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 brain size develop होता है. After that it fuses, the bones in the brain fuse, in the skull fuses. So if we are giving them this particular phone, the brain development is not there only because the neurons are not thinking only anything. आप किसको भी फोन दे दो तो आपके हमारा खुद की बात है कि if we are looking at the phone, we are not thinking.
Yeah.
Thinking is stopped. And imagine what a crime we are doing when we're giving that phone to the child because his thinking is stopped. His creativity is stopped. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just looking at that particular thing. Recently, I met a child who was very, very young, but the child could not move only because all the time that small child, 8, 9 months child, was sitting in front of the TV. Aap socho. Imagine, he was not able to crawl also. So what I'm saying is that we are the ones who are responsible for making these habits because we don't want to be uncomfortable. We don't want to go into the discomfort zone. Point is, we have to learn to go to the discomfort zone, make ourselves comfortable in that zone, and make our child comfortable. We have to be innovative to think of ideas. Read a book, give them a book to read, and the smaller children not to give it to them. So the smartphones is not required by them today. All the schools have reopened. All the syllabus is there. The textbooks are there. They get the answers from the textbook. They do not need to read from the phone right now. So that's what I wanted to say, that we have to be strong. Yeah.
Basically, we are the culprits of putting that addiction to our kids. We are maybe the criminals we could call ourselves, being, making our children addicted to such technological appliances, which is not actually good for our child, though it is not good for us to. Us being lazy and us being not innovative and creative is the repercussion which has taken place in our kids.
So when I say this to parents, they hate me for this. One lady, she just walked out. I was doing a parenting workshop in a school, and she was talking about her daughters who were like in 8th and 9th standard. And I was telling that, Madam, aapko thoda sa mehnat karna padega. So she got so angry, she got up and she walked out. So parents don't like me. So parents, when I put the responsibility on parents, they don't like me. But that is the truth of life. It's a bitter truth of life, which we have to accept it.
Absolutely true. So basically, we are to be blamed, and we need to rethink our attitude towards growth and success, which should be without being, just maybe delving too much into these technological outputs, which is not good for our children and us and our brains.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So we come to the end of this actually interview, which was really wonderful, and we got such wonderful tips from you, ma'am. So now I come up to this rapid 5 questions, which is like, ma'am, could you just answer these rapid 5 questions? If your life was a story, what would it be titled?
I've already written my life story. It's called Shukriya Zindagi.
Aha. Name the first thing that comes to your mind.
About my life?
About
Gratitude.
anything.
I just feel that gratitude. That's the first word which comes into my mind. Every morning also I get up, I'm just so grateful for what I have. And God has given me so much. And my mother used to say that तुम्हारी झोली में भगवान ने इतना डाला है, क्या कर रही हो? बांटो. Just give it away. So I feel very, very grateful and very, very blessed for what I have in my life. I have you, Madhu ma'am. I'm doing this interview with you. So I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful. Thank you very much.
What subject do you find to be most fascinating?
In parenting or just like that?
Absolutely everywhere.
Yeah. So
A
for
subject,
me,
yeah.
for me, my best subject is empathy, because as a doctor, it's my my purpose of my life is to serve. And as a child, my father told me that seva is God. यही हमको सिखाते थे और यही मैं सोचती थी और मुझे यही आता है और कुछ उसके अलावा कुछ आता ही नहीं है. So when we have service in our heart, we have to empathize. And as a doctor, for me, empathy is very, very important. And connection. I think that a human being to human being connection is very, very important. अगर हम head की level से बात करते हैं ना, तो connection कभी नहीं बन पाता है. When we talk from the heart and we listen not from the ear, but listen through our heart, that connection is made. So for me, connection is very important. And in day-to-day activities, acceptance of the situation is very important. This is a very important thing I have discovered in my own life. कि भाई, sometimes today also, one of the lady was telling my husband shouts at me a lot. So I said, so you want to leave the husband? So she said, no, I don't know what I want to do. I said, accept it. Which husband doesn't shout, or you don't shout at him or what? So acceptance of the situation, talking about small, small things. I'm not talking about big, big things. In small, small things, small circumstances, the people in our lives whom we are very close to, if we accept them the way they are. The point is that we want to be accepted, na? The way we are, with all our flaws, with all our imperfections. But when it comes to the other person, हम कहते हैं कि ये गलत है, ये गलत है, ये गलत है. No. So I feel that gives me a lot of peace of mind when I accept the people in my life after accepting myself with all my flaws. Connection, acceptance, and empathy, these are my 3 core values, and I really love to talk about them.
Wow, that was amazing. And that was fascinating also. What career did you dream of having as a kid?
So I also didn't know this, but when my mom, she found my KG class ka report card, first, second, third, fourth, fifth standard ka report card, they were all lying together, and वहाँ पे लिखा था what you want to become, and in all those papers I have written doctor, doctor, doctor. So I was also not aware of this, but I realized that I always wanted to be a doctor.
And what is happiness to you?
Gratitude, loving others, giving your love and affection to people, connecting with people, and being kind to people, not hurting people with your words, just respecting the people in your life and spreading the happiness, smiling. When I say happiness, I mean just smile and just laugh. just laugh for no reason. My mom, she just laughed for no reason. And we were 4 daughters, and my mom and myself and my all of 5 of us used to start laughing for nothing at all. We start giggling and chuckling. And my dad used to get very irritated. He used to say, Kya hua? Why are you laughing? So my mom used to say, if you don't feel like laughing, then don't laugh now. Then he used to start laughing also. All 6 of us used to start laughing. So point is, we don't need a reason to laugh. We don't need a reason to smile. Look at the child. I have a child at home. He doesn't need a reason to laugh or to smile. So just smile, and when you smile, the area around you lights up. And when you laugh, the whole room and everything lights up, And that laughter can, break the tear, it can break the fear, It just is so beautiful, And laughter is so lovely that it can increase your immunity. It improves your sleep. It's an exercise by itself. Our children, they're supposed to be laughing. They were laughing 300 to 400 times in a day. But today, and men and we as parents, we are laughing we laugh for at least 10 to 15 times in a day. So let's look for a reason to laugh. Let's look for funny in our life, and let's just spread the happiness. And I can tell you one gift that you can give to your loved ones is being happy. Imagine a parent who is grumbling and grumbling and grumbling to your child, and imagine a parent who is happy. I remember I was singing a song in the lift one day, and my son was with me. He says, Mom, I like you like this. I like you singing a song. And I realized it gives them so much happiness when the parents are happy. So just be happy for the reason. Yeah. Thank you so much.
This is amazing. And this is that bulb on moment for me where you are comparing a person. Imagine a parent who's always grumbling, and imagine a parent who's like always happy. So this is that bulb on moment wherein we can actually keep comparing ourselves to that grumbling person to the happy person, and then always be happy. Amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a wonderful tip. This comes to the end of this interview, and I am filled with gratitude to have you on board. And I'm sure I will just clip all these questions into shorter questions and send it out as reels to the platform, YouTube platform, where everybody can access all these wonderful answers from you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.